Alright, hey guys, we are now doing the reassembly of the Glock 18C, and let's start on the lower. First, obviously, I have a different gun plate than you guys. Yours is going to be easier to install. Mine's a little pain in the butt. But for mine, you just drop it in. I found out that it's easier just to sort of tilt it and install it, because this little part right here, really annoying, makes life difficult. So just tilt the gun. Put your trigger in. As you can see, I already have the trigger spring on here. Make sure it's the right way. Let me see if I can get a no focus thing. Okay, so that's the correct way. Alright, spring on the outside, and you'll see why when I do it. So just drop in your trigger spring. I mean your trigger spring came off. I'm telling you, doing it with these gloves is hard. Okay, so I dropped in my trigger. Now I'm dropping this in sideways, so it makes life easier. Alright, and we're in. Next part, obviously there's a little nub on this the lower frame. You have to attach that on here, okay? I know it's going to be hard to see, but alright, I got mine on. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Okay, there we go. See this little nub right here? You have to lift up the frame and then attach the spring onto the nub, and that's how you get the trigger to work. Alright, next up, one thing, always make sure it's flush. You're going to have a problem with this slide if it's not flush, or if you didn't install it right. Next, get the slide lock in here, or slide stop, whatever they call it. Push it in. As you can see, it's got to mesh up. Alright, we're through. Next thing, let's get the screw in here. It's the thicker screw is the one that goes in here, obviously. Screw that in. Don't over tighten it, but when it tells you to stop, just stop. Next, let's work on let's get in hammer assembly. It's pretty easy. Alright, now here's the trick. You're going to want to take this out, put the spring in first, and then sort of cup your thumb over it and push in and down. Okay. Now you don't want to lose it. I've lost it so many times, so just hold it with your thumb, pull the trigger, sort of find this groove and then hook in it, and then you can just push right down into the groove. Keep, there you go, and keep it. You're gonna match it. You'll see it. You'll match that just to keep this in from coming out. Just put the screw in here. You don't need to put the rolling pin in yet. Sometimes you put things in wrong, and it's you know, you gotta do it all over again. So let's make it life easier. Just half screw it in. All right, next, let's get the mag release in there. This is a pain in the butt. Alright, so this is how this goes in. The longer side, just like this, you're going to have to drop it into this little gap. It's really hard to show you guys this. You got small fingers or whatever, it's going to be easy for you. For me, it's not. I don't even know why I chose pistol to work when I got hands that are not really good for it. So you're going to try to get the spring in. You're going to push it into its gap. And it should be in its gap. I hope it's in its gap. Another mention, man, watch out. AIP mags, mag release, most of them are not compatible with this bad boy. It's a Gen 4 mag, so it didn't take any Glock 17 mags I had. I mean, mag releases. So you're just going to keep on playing with it so you can get it in. That's what she said. I put it in the wrong way. I think I did. Okay. I think I did put it in the wrong way, so that's... I don't even know. Alright. I'm having a retard moment. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's just try from left and right. You're supposed to like hook it in. Okay, it's hooked in now. That took me a while. And then just push it back, and there we go. No, did we? No. Alright, we're good. That was a fail on my part. Hopefully you guys will do better than me. All that's left is your slide stop now for a lower. Here's the trick for this part. Hook it in and make sure the spring is in front of it, not on top of it. It won't fit in this small gap. You see this little small gap right here? This is where it's going. It's going in the small gap between the trigger and the actual frame. So you're just going to want to drop that in there. Tilt it sideways to make life easier for you. I learned from countless rage moments on people's guns. And my gun. My gun especially. So as you can see, I'm trying to tilt it, but I'm failing at my own technique. Okay, I dropped it in here, and it's now... Alright, there we go. We're in. Everything's lined up. Drop this bad boy in. Go all the way in. Give a little punch. Okay, it's flush. Alright, let's put this rolling pin in here. Let's make sure this rolling pin is flush as well. Alright, let's check if we installed it right. Alright, and it looks like we are good. Alright, let's get the lower out of the way. Let's work on the upper. First thing, low back housing unit, easiest thing. Just drop everything in. Your loading nozzle, your return spring, plus the metal guide rod in there. You're gonna need that, otherwise it's just gonna crimp. Okay, I lost my ghetto. Remember, this gun was boneyard, so I sort of had to do some little home mods. And I actually cut a fiber optic sight and used it, and so far it has not broken, which is been a miracle. Just drop this in. Make sure it's always flush. Like I said, if the lower frame's not flush, you're going to see the problems right off the bat. Next, you're going to see this one goes in first with this little spring. Just drop that right in, just like this. To make sure it works, just get your flathead and just push it down, and it should be able to just bounce back. Next one is the switch. Obviously, you guys will have the spring and detent pins, so watch out for that. You're gonna have to put that in, and then it's gonna be sort of difficult. But obviously, I was an idiot and lost mine. So once you get this in, you obviously hold it in place. Don't lose the spring. You're gonna hit your flathead, push this down, then push the switch down towards you. Alright, and it should lock it in place. Next, tablet plate, whatever they call it. Alright, just drop that in. Now from under, you don't want to flip it over, because if you flip it over you're going to have to start all over again. So just put the rear sight, hold it with your left hand, and then drop your screw in here, tighten it up. One thing I do recommend, get a steel rear sight if you can eventually. The plastic ones break over time. Make sure it's functioning right. Nice flow here. Alright, just work on the outer barrel, hop up whatever unit. Sorry for taking a while, guys. Just trying to make sure I help everyone out here. And okay, alright. Here's how it looks, guys, when it's the correct way. Alright, so let's work on that. Put your bucking right here. And this is a 9-ball bucking, by the way. Very nice bucking. Expensive, but then again, if you're a you know, if you're like a pistol person, you know, you're gonna spend your money on good buckings. Put the hop-up wheel back on here. Obviously, you're gonna put the hop-up wheel on the correct way, and here's the correct way. The hop-up arm adjusts, gets put into the smaller grooves. You'll see when you're, you know, watching my video and you know, looking at your Glock. So this is a little difficult part. You're just gonna put the arm in here, and then you're gonna carefully put it on top. Make sure it's flush. Get your little screws. Guys, buy a magnetic screwdriver for the love of God. It will make life easier for you. Alright, let's screw this in. And with your fingers and hands, whatever, apply pressure to the hop-up bucket. The hop-up assembly. You want it to be, you know, no gaps. And don't over-tighten anything. And we're almost done. Sorry, 12-minute video. It'd be probably faster if I didn't talk and walk through everything, but hopefully this is helping you guys out. Alright, this is good to go. Make sure it's paired up right. Okay, looks great. I'm turning my hop-up on because I'll be playing tomorrow. I'll probably adjust on field. Drop it in here. Alright. Let's put it in this bad boy. Hopefully I installed it right. If not, then you guys will see what happens when you don't install it right. Okay, let's get the lower. Okay, obviously I did something wrong. I'll work on that later, but that was my fault. I didn't probably tighten something. But other than that, you guys are good to go. If you have any questions, ask. And hey, if you can find out what I did wrong, I'm not going to do that later, but if you can find out, just put it in the comment so you can help the other people identify what I did wrong. But I'll see you guys around. Hopefully that helped people out. See you. Thanks.